Imagine an India that was never under British rule. An India where a formidable Indian naval power controlled the western coast. This is not a fantasy, but a forgotten chapter of history. The story of the Maratha Navy. Just a few days ago, Narendra Modi inaugurated a statue of Shivaji Maharaj at Sindhudurga. The reason this happened is that Shivaji Maharaj was truly the founder of the Indian naval force. Now, it's not as if India never had a navy before Shivaji. It very well did. The Mauryans, Cholas, and the Mughals all had naval presence. But by the 15th century, it had all but disappeared. Thus, our story begins with the legendary Shivaji Maharaj, the founder of the Maratha Empire. Shivaji wasn't just a land conqueror, he had the vision to build a powerful navy. By the late 17th century, his fleet, comprising swift warships and fierce warriors, dominated the Arabian Sea. Fast forward to the 18th century, let's set the stage. The Maratha Navy, now led by Tulaji Angre, continued to be a force to reckon with, safeguarding the Konkan coast against the invaders, including the Europeans. It's been a few generations since Shivaji, and the Maratha Empire is under the rule of Shahu I. Shahu provides free rein to Angre. Angre builds and grows the Maratha Navy. He controlled the entirety of the western coast of India, from Kutch to Cochin. Meanwhile, the British East India Company was tightening its grip on India. However, their ambition of total control was halted by one major obstacle: the Maratha Navy. Even though the Angres are not well known today, the entire Angre clan had a tremendous contribution to the naval force. Here is a scene from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and the Angres are even featured here. Not the same Tulaji Angre though. The guy from the scene is supposed to be his brother, Sambhaji Angre. Let's fast forward a bit. King Shahu is dead, and the Peshwas, who were his prime ministers, have now usurped the Maratha Empire. Now for the unaware, Peshwas were backstabbing, deceitful, and greedy people. Not good people in general. The Peshwa present during this time was Balaji Bajirao, the Peshwa or Prime Minister of the now usurped Maratha Empire. Tulaji's relationship with Balaji would prove pivotal in the fate of India. Balaji, as he converted the Marathas to mere figureheads, wanted Angre to pay tribute to himself instead of paying it to the king. Angre, knowing the character of the Peshwa, did not recognize the Peshwas as the rightful rulers and refused to pay tribute, continuing to operate the Maratha Navy under the banner of Shivaji. The naval force was still strong and impenetrable. What seemed like an unbreakable defense against colonial powers soon turned into a tale of intrigue and betrayal. The Peshwa, angered by Tulaji's refusal, saw the Maratha Navy, especially Tulaji, as a rival power. In a series of coward dealings, the Peshwa made a fateful decision. He conspired with the British East India Company, providing them crucial support against Tulaji and his fleet. Even though operating independently, the forces of the Peshwas and Maratha Navy still overlapped. Battle intelligence was still flowing between the forces. This became the biggest weak point for Tulaji and the Maratha Navy. The result? A devastating naval battle that led to the downfall of the Maratha Navy. In February of 1756, the expedition of the Peshwas, in alliance with the British East India Company against Tulaji, proved productive for the Peshwa, as Tulaji was defeated and taken captive. Tulaji, betrayed and outnumbered, fought valiantly, but ultimately failed to the British forces. British Admiral Watson took great advantage of the alliance and thoroughly destroyed the century-old and renowned naval base of the Marathas at the Vijayadurga. Along with the possession of Fort Vijayadurga, the British Admiral also seized the military stores, property, and a considerable amount of treasures. They also destroyed and burned down the entirety of the naval fleet. The British also seized the opportunity to push forward their aggressive designs, with full force to weaken the Maratha naval power. It dealt a fatal blow to the Maratha power and proved disastrous for the Maratha state in the long run. Balaji, the foolish Peshwa, was shocked at such developments, as he did not expect such destruction, and demanded the British evacuate Vijayadurg. But the fort was not surrendered until the Peshwa paid a price for it. Therefore, to recover Vijayadurg, Balaji Bajirao was forced to sign a treaty with the British at Pune in October 1756. According to the agreement, the British were granted 2 naval fortresses of Bankot and Himatgarh, along with the 10 adjoining villages. The Peshwa also agreed not to impose additional revenues on English merchandise and to prohibit the Dutch from trading in his territories. The British also fraudulently possessed the seaport of Surat in Gujarat with some of the Siddhi officials. Thus, the Peshwa himself endangered the profits of the Maratha state. Tulaji Angre was arrested and eliminated. And the British? They made their incursion into the Maratha lands by legally possessing the territories. It was great success for the British, who now controlled the whole of the western coast. This betrayal did not just lead to the collapse of the Maratha Navy, but also paved the way for British dominion over India. A single conspiracy altered the course of Indian history. It makes us wonder, what if the Maratha Navy had prevailed? How different would the map of India, or even the world, look today? History indeed is shaped as much by the battles as it is by the betrayals. Thank you for watching and see you next time.